Hello ME462 students, I hope you're having a good day. I'm recording this video for you to go over the requirement and some information about your 3-minute video, which is one of the deliverables for this class. First of all, let's look at the dates, due dates and assignment dates that are coming up for this semester. First of all, the revised plan and budget is still due tonight. Revised plan means risk plan and project plan if something has changed on those. Even if nothing has changed, you still need to submit those to Blackboard. If you have a issue or any trouble submitting those to Blackboard due to NDSU being closed today, please send me an email. Include your team members on there, and I'll work with you to figure out a plan. The next one coming up is not until pretty much end of April, your 3-minute video, but it is something that you should be working on pretty much starting now if you have not started on it already. You should be thinking about your 3-minute video, taking video footage, writing narration for it, creating slideshow, whatever you are doing, but that's something you got to do throughout your project and think about it throughout your project. First of all, let's see, why do you guys have to do a 3-minute video and why is this part of deliverables for this class? First thing I want to mention is this is an ABIT requirement, not a video, but there are set goals and outcome and objectives set for this course specifically, but in general for our program. Those are ABIT requirements that each course has to meet certain student outcomes and learning objectives throughout the assignments, exam, quizzes, deliverables that the students do, submissions, all of that. Students, at the end of every semester, students are assessed on how well they meet these objectives and requirements. And that's something that we as instructors do at the end of the semester. When grades are posted, we go back and assess the students on these outcomes and set goals of the class. And if students are doing poorly in one of the areas, then we have to go back and make adjustments to the assignments, deliverables, something, and then we reassess the next semester and so on, so we can improve courses continuously. Well, communication is a big part of the learning objective for this class and a lot of other classes, and your 3-minute video is a huge part of that learning outcome and learning objective. In addition, your video is a summary of what has happened in your project for 2 semesters. Therefore, it's an overview of how a lot of other learning outcomes been met throughout your project. In addition, the video serves as a virtual expo / presentation of your project. A visual resume or CV of the entire project, if you wish. Something that will stay with you forever. You can use it as a showcase of your work in your portfolio, or just show it to friends and family, or just rewatch it if you would like. Looking at the content of your video and what can be included in your video, these are some general suggestions that you would like to see in every video. Obviously, every project is a little bit different. So again, the content is going to be a little bit different, but these are general topics or categories or points that you should hit in your video. Some introduction, usually done through a title screen, project title, team member, mentors, company name, if you had a company sponsoring, any contacts, anything you might have had throughout your project. A very brief description of the problem. What was the problem that you were trying to solve? What was the issue that the company reached out to you for solving, and all of that? And also a general introduction of what was your overall solution. Of course, you're going to go through how you developed your solution, and you go over the final prototype or the system or the component that you designed and it's working, but it's just a brief introduction of, hey, this was the problem and this is what we thought of it. The process is going to be the main focus of your video, and the big chunk of your time is going to be spent on the process. You can go over a list of customer requirements and engineering specifications that you develop and the targets you had. You can briefly show some results of some calculations or analysis, FE analysis, anything like that if you've done. You can obviously show the final model concept, the CAD drawings, and all of that as part of your process. But then you move on to your manufacturing, and this is the part that you should have a lot of video footage. Don't just make your video out of still images and PowerPoint slides and all of that. It needs to have actual video footage. So make sure you're taking videos during your manufacturing and assembly and testing and anything that you're doing in the lab that shows your manufacturing process. Obviously, the final design, whatever stage it is in when you're taking your final footage of your video, because some projects are not going to be 100% done when you're making the video. But whatever stage you are in, some video showing how your system is performing or how the design is going. Did you reach those set targets that you set for yourself? If not, then what caused it to not reach those goals and targets? Do you have any recommendations for improvements of this design if a future team is working on it, and stuff like that? And then eventually an acknowledgement screen that you thank people who helped you throughout this project and help you get it done with the project. There's a lot that needs to go into your 3-minute video, but remember that you only have 3 minutes to complete this. Being brief and being able to summarize all of the amazing work that you have done and all of ups and downs of your project in 3 minutes and less is a challenge. Being able to effectively communicate all of that information without being rushed or overwhelming your audience with interesting and attractive audio visual is actually an art. So you need to put a little bit of work and a little bit of thought into this process. Write a good narration for it. Some mentors like to have each member of the team do a narration for part of the video. Some mentors like one person narrating the whole video. That's totally up to the team and to the mentors. I don't have a set requirement for that video. So that brings us to the format and arrangement of the video. As I mentioned, there is no template, standard, or required format how to make your video. It is totally up to you how you want to make it. You can be the best judgment what fits your project the best. There are all of last year's videos are on Blackboard. Plus, if you go to the example folder, there are more examples from years prior to last spring videos on Blackboard. So go through as many as you can, and they're fun to watch. And see, you be the judge. There are some really good ones, and there are some not so good videos on Blackboard. So you be the judge and say, hey, this wasn't the best, so maybe we shouldn't do this format, or maybe we should do this format. So you be the judge. I've included these 2 links on Blackboard announcement. You can also search on YouTube and find them. There are videos from last spring and last fall posted on YouTube, and you can go through all of those videos. They call them Virtual Senior Design Expo. You can watch those. Ask your mentor for feedback and see what they want to do or what they want to see in your video, and what they like and what they don't like. If a mentor says do not put, for example, a music background on your video, that's a feedback that you should consider and take it into account. I said that as an example. I don't think any mentor is opposed to that, but that's something you can ask your mentor about, how you format and arrange your video. There's a grading rubric for video and poster posted on Blackboard. That's something that you certainly have to check and keep in mind. It's very straightforward and very simple, but it's good to have it checked out to make sure you are hitting the marks on there. A very important message is be professional. I know some students like to be a little bit funny, you know, make some jokes, make some funny footage and stuff like that. That's all right, as long as it doesn't cross some lines. This video is going to be, again, your professional portfolio, part of your professional portfolio, and it's going to be seen by a lot of people, and it's going to go, the public ones are going to go on College of Engineering YouTube channel. So future students and future employers, a lot of people are going to see it. So think of the image that you want to send out and the message that you want to send out through this video, and people are going to see for a long time from you. All teams are required to have a video submitted. That's a class requirement. Some projects, due to their NDA, they cannot have these videos publicly showed and publicly distributed, which will remove them from any listing, any showing, any YouTube channels and stuff like that, but still they are required to submit that for the class. So every team requires to submit a 3-minute video as part of the class requirement. We will also show these videos on the loop during the Senior Design Expo in the spring semester in that week. Another thing that I want to mention is reminder about your risk plan, project plan, and budget being due. So far, I've heard from only one team that their budget has gone up. So my assumption is that the other 20 teams, their budget has not increased, so then they're not requesting additional funds. Next lecture will be March 25th. Both of our lectures so far has been through videos. Hopefully the next one is going to be in person. One other plan that I have for today, but we can do it next time, is going through a progress report, kind of quick. And these progress reports helps everyone to kind of see where they are in the class and for the project, and you know, if you're behind, if you're doing okay. It kind of helps everyone with the stress level of the project a little bit. So we'll do that next lecture, March 25th, when I see you. Thank you. Have a good day.